Hey guys. I'm gonna work on getting everyone in here. Hope everyone's got a good drink tonight. Hey. Hey, Nicole.
Hello, Laura.
Hey, Deb. How's it in Houston? It's down right here.
It's hot. But
Oh, man. I think, yeah, Tom's in Houston too. Yeah, you guys aren't very far from us, but man, it just started pouring down rain. I had to come into my home office instead of my office because the rain was so hard on my roof at the office.
Really?
Yeah. Because I have one of those like vaulted roofs in my office, and so there's no insulation in between the roof and so it was like
All that noise.
yeah. It's not raining in Houston right now?
No, Houston is dry, and I think it's going to be dry for a couple days.
Dang. Yeah, it's pouring down rain over here. Okay, let's see. Who is up in the hot seat tonight? Maria, are you here? Let's see. Is Maria here? Let me put it on the Brady Bunch view. Let's see. Maria is not here. Let me go to the next person. Is Vanessa here? I know that people are still coming in. That's okay. No Vanessa? What about Monet? I know I saw Monet. Monet, what's up, girl?
And she's like, yes.
She's like, yes, I get to go first. Oh, by the way, I have a guest today, Kaya. She's in the program. She's having a VIP. Well, usually I do VIP weekends, but she's having a VIP week with me here.
Hi.
Hi, Kaya. Nice to meet you.
Hello. So, Monet, tell us about what you got going on.
So I don't even remember what all I put. I was like, I know I wrote like a whole novel in my thing. Now I have to remember like my whole point of what I said. Are you able to pull it up?
Yep, I can pull it up. I'm trying to, let's see, let everyone else in. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. You said you needed help clarifying your value proposition and targeting your audience?
Okay, yes. Okay, thank you for saying that. Okay. So basically, like when I first started, the coaching with you and in the program and everything, my focus was on helping just people in general find their purpose. I still want to do that. I'm building out a membership that's going to be a $21 monthly membership.
Love it.
However, my focus is more so shifting into feminine creative power. And from that, you will be able to achieve your purpose, have more joy, have more abundance and all that stuff. Then from there, my goal is to, from our conversation, hand select those women who have started to gain confidence with their creative power and help them start their businesses and get visible online. So then I'm going to upgrade them to a VIP.
I freaking love that. That's just such a great flow.
Yeah. So originally I brought my my web URL and it was I Rock My Purpose. But now I'm talking about all this other stuff that I'm getting more feedback on, like about the sacral chakra and the power of the womb and how that affects women and going forward with their goals and sex and all that stuff. So I'm like, do I need to change my URL now? Like the name of my company is Spiritual Rockstar. So
I like your vanity URL, honestly. Like
I rock my purpose.
I still think it fits perfect.
Okay.
It's very empowering too, and that's what I love about those types of like URLs is like it's very, I don't know, it's just very empowering.
Okay, good. That's exactly what I'm going for. So I think I thought that I copied and pasted what I put to you, but in my message, I wrote what the old value proposition was, and now I want to update it. And I think I put something there, but I'm not sure.
You said my old value prop is I help spiritual rock stars get clear on their purpose so that they can have more joy, freedom, and abundance. But since being in the program and watching Laurel's training, I've shifted it a bit, but I'm not sure if it's still 100% clear. So let's see. I help spiritual rock stars get clear on their purpose so that they can have more joy, freedom, and abundance. So I like that. One of the things that we have a hard time identifying when we are in kind of in that space is like I like how you say we get clear on the purpose so that they can, you know, have freedom and all of that stuff. But what is it really that they're trying to achieve? Like, can you define like purpose? Can you define like so that they can, you know, live the lifestyle? Like, just get a little bit more clear on what that is. Like, what is that tangible thing?
So, and I think I may have put this, but I don't remember now. But a lot of the women that I talk to are very, very creative, and they would like to be more visible, but they lack confidence or they lack the time. And I'm a multi-hyphenate. I'm also an actress and a screenwriter. So I have a soft spot for other creatives, and I want them to have confidence in their creative abilities and have a business, but also do your art or whatever it is that you're most passionate about as well. And from that, you will have more joy, and you obviously your finances will increase and your relationships will get better as a result.
Is it ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Manae, just a couple of questions. And before I speak, just a little bit about myself. I am a holistic health practitioner, a healer, and my tagline last year while I was making videos was, I'm a mom, healer, and entrepreneur. And I had what was called Late Night with Kaya, because that was the only time I had alone to do these videos. With that being said, my value proposition right now is I help spiritually minded business owners gain more visibility online and offline. So I know, like, as you're speaking, I'm like, okay, I could definitely chime in on this. So let me ask you this. Are you looking now to narrow down on working just with women?
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting all the signs that that's what I should be doing.
So and I'm very quick and straightforward like this one, just with the intuitive side, okay? So what is that angst? Because right away, like, your energy in your stomach just locks up, girl. And as you start to talk about it, your heart starts racing. So what's that angst?
Oh, it's because I keep getting messages from guys saying that they want to learn about the stuff that I'm talking about. But
so one of two things. You can either narrow down and say, you know what, I just work with women, or create an environment where you're working with women who are acceptable of men being in the group. And I've done both in the past.
Okay.
And they each have their own flow. So you have to just kind of go like, which one do I want to start with? Which one do I want to play with? And one thing one of my coaches told me years ago was, it's great to niche down. That doesn't mean that you have to say no to other opportunities to show up, as long as those opportunities are in line with your mission. So that would be the question that I would be asking.
Okay.
So women, creative. Now, are you going to, do you want to also work with other women in the entertainment industry?
Yes, I mean, those are the type of women that gravitate towards me, or I guess I gravitate towards them because I am also. But it's like, I want to work with women that are creative, but also are kind of sitting, like they're resting on their talent. I want women to be able to use every single gift that they have, not just feel like they have to be in this one container and do this one thing.
Got it. So one of the coaches that I had a few years ago, because I've had lots of coaches along the way, I love the term that she came up with, because I was in a place where I kept having mentors and coaches tell me, narrow down, focus on one thing, just do one thing. And I found myself feeling constrained, and then my creativity would get like shunned down, and then I'd see my income also go down. Right. So then the term she came up with was multi-passionate.
Multi-passionate. Okay, perfect.
So now I own that, because that works for me. Right. Okay. So then I get to tell my clients as I'm speaking to them, that I'm just a multi-passionate entrepreneur and I have a diverse background. And then I don't have to go into the details of, hey, I got a degree in computer science when I was in my 20s. Hey, I've consulted with businesses. Hey, I've done, like, I don't have to do all those bullet points.
Okay.
So as they come up, as my own gifts and talents get inserted in me helping them, I don't have to go into the whole explaining things to them. It's just
Awesome.
I've created a blanket statement, right?
Okay.
And so I tell them and then I've created certain terms, right? And I suggest you like just write some of this stuff out so that when you're speaking to people, you have more confidence in what you're selling them.
Okay.
Because I think you have like a beautiful, like your purpose of what you're doing to want to help people truly live their gifts to the fullest. I mean, shit, sign me up. Right?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. That's really, really helpful.
Yep. And so I know you mentioned on the form too, you're looking for maybe an ad strategy. Tell me a little bit about what you're wanting to do.
So I mean, the first phase is I got to get people into the $21 membership. So it's I gave it an acronym. It's going to be called STAR. And the S is for specific desires, where we get clear on their wants and their needs in every area of their life. T is for trusting intuition, where I'm going to be teaching them about signs and synchronicities. A is for alignment, how they can increase their joy. And then R is for releasing limiting beliefs. So I figure once they've gone through all that, they should gain the confidence to be able to get to the next level where they're going to want to be more visible. So yeah, it's just going to be $21 a month. And so any insight that you have would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So first you'll want to do a conversion campaign. Obviously for people, $21 is a very low ticket, even though it's $21 a month. So what I would do is I would start with a conversion campaign for purchases. For people who are not buying, I would obviously send them to power content and also a retargeting strategy like the ATM. A very simple, just go for optimize for purchases off top of funnel, get all your target audiences, go for purchases. Most people who will hit that page will obviously not buy. What I love about sending them to both power content and retargeting content is because they're not just going to get like sales pitches, they're also going to get high value content. And that's going to help you build that audience over time. Because a lot of times what happens is people send top of funnel ads straight to a low ticket offer, but they don't do anything with the audience that isn't buying.
Right. Okay. And you said power videos and retargeting videos. Is that not the same?
So power content's for top of funnel videos. So that's going to be your phase 4 part of the $7 program. And then retargeting is going to be phase 3.
Okay. Got it.
Yep. So purchase campaign off the top, create a custom audience of people who are not buying, send them to 2 places, send them retargeting ads, and then send them to top of your funnel with the power content.
Okay. Got it.
Yep. Very simplistic.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Let's
Thank
see.
you, Kaya.
You're welcome. Do I get to make my plug right now?
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, I'll go ahead and let Kaya make her plug.
Especially now that the first one that went up, like I'm like, she's like my ideal person. I have a group program. I have a low ticket group program. No surprise there, right? It's $49 a month. And we meet once a week on Mondays and we go through, like right now, you're going to have to figure out what am I going to do for this power content, right? And you're going to have to figure out some of that stuff. That's what we do in the group. And some of her material I put in my group because I pitched to my group to do their 15 pieces of content, do their organic and paid strategies. So a lot of the people in the group are healers. Some of them are network marketers in the wellness space because I have a huge wellness background. I've been in the holistic health space for 20 years. And so we just go to town. It's kind of like a mastermind / coaching week to week. If you guys want any more info on that, if you want to do a free clarity call, is what I call them, you just go to kaya.live. So it's CHAYA.LIVE.
Kaya, guys, is like very, very intuitive. Like she's helped me and Christina. She's like helped me and Christina with our business. Like that's why I love, like, you know, like Monet, I think like you and I have actually talked about this like on our call. Like I specifically work with people who are intuitive for a reason. And so there are people who are looking specifically to work like literally with people just like you.
Yep.
Because that's the reason that's the reason that I work with Kaya.
She just dropped on me that we were going to do this thing like an hour before, and I was like, okay, let's go.
Kaya's here for a VIP weekend. Yeah, can you post her website? Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a landing page, guys. I literally threw this together just for people to be able to fill something out.
Let's see. My wife has even worked with her. My wife is building her intuitive skills, and she's worked with Kaya. Neha, you in the hot seat, girl? Let's see, where is she? I saw her pop on. Where did she go? Oh, I think she might be frozen though. I see her. Neha, are you there? I'll come back to her because I see she's frozen. Let's see. Jeremy Jones. I feel like I should have a mic. Jeremy Jones, come on down.
Anisha.
I'm moving things around.
You might have to get in another spot, Neha. You're breaking up really bad. Let's see. I don't see Jeremy. Fitzgerald, Fitz, I saw you pop in. Where's Fitz? Where is he? There he is.
What's good? What's happening?
What's up?
Oh my God, I love his energy.
Oh yeah, Fitz is a ball of energy.
Fitz is like, I'm bringing it just with my hello.
Always.
So
Thank
you
I
were
like the new format. Hold on, stop, time out. Let me talk. What's up?
boy,
I love the-
I'll go to the next one. Who running this call?
I love the new format. Thank you.
You're very welcome. It was a great suggestion.
All right. Now it's on you. You have the floor, superstar.
Yeah, no, Fitz wanted to know how to do the format so that it'll fit all ad placements, right?
Yes.
If I remember right. So one of the things that I do, Fitz, is I use, I'm not really sure what a free program would be, but I use After Effects. And so basically whenever I create my ads, I already create them in the Instagram story format, which is 9:16, right? All of the basic video, like television is 16:9. I create mine in 9:16, and then Facebook actually gives you the option to crop it to the square. So
Okay.
I create it in the story format, and so I utilize the Facebook ads platform to be able to optimize for each placement. So if I created in 9:16, but here's the thing. If you're creating the video in 9:16, you want to make sure that everything that you want to see is within in the 1-to-1 option ratio.
Okay.
Does that
Go ahead.
So you're gonna have like an Instagram story placement. You're gonna have some room at the top and the bottom, but that's only if you want to utilize that same placement across all placements. I personally do not do that. I personally make specific videos for Instagram story and for Instagram, so I don't literally use one placement with the same type of creative, because I'm finding that especially with Instagram story, the selfie style videos work so much better than something that was created for the other parts of the platform.
Yeah. I kind of dove in and just said, F it. Let me see what happens. So I jumped into Canva and just started keeping the same creative, but changing it up in Canva. And then Facebook showed me where I could choose what placement I wanted to edit without having to go back and just do a Instagram story ad set. So yeah, you're right on top of it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Instagram stories right now, I'll tell you guys this, like I am utilizing them for retargeting, and they are like working like a freaking charm. And it's not, and what I love about Instagram story too is you don't have to write any ad copy. They're like literally just simple 15-second style videos. I mean, I'm getting people into the $7 program. That's literally, they're hitting my sales page. I'm literally just using the phone and using the Instagram platform and saying, hey, I saw that you visited my $7 offer. You're probably skeptical. You think that there's absolutely no value. Well, I'm going to give you a challenge to join it and, you know, see what's inside. I forget exactly what I say. It's literally just 15 seconds. And I'm literally just sending that to people who have already hit the sales page, and I'm doing a reach campaign. I'm not even doing a purchase campaign, just doing a reach campaign. And the reason that I love reach campaigns for retargeting is because Facebook's going to optimize it to just reach as many people in that custom audience as possible. And I just love reach campaigns for much smaller retargeting. And so that's what I've been doing. And Instagram stories has been amazing at building my Instagram following as well. I just basically tell them, hey, are you sick of paying, you know, high ticket to learn how to do Facebook ads? Follow me on Instagram, you'll get it for free. And so every single day I do like an ad training or whatever on my Instagram, but Instagram story placements are still so underutilized.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
that's a separate ad than Instagram stories, how you were talking about retargeting. So that's different than the other Facebook ad retargeting.
Yeah, because Instagram story, I think the maximum they'll let you like put 3 15-second pieces together. But I'm just a huge fan of using each platform, like especially the ads platform, in a way that's optimized versus, because I see a lot of people do Instagram story ads, but you could tell that they were just placements from other ads. And so like the video's little, and then they have like little, it doesn't look organic in the Instagram story platform.
Thank you.
Yep.
And will you do a quick like tutorial on how to add like those moving people on the Instagram stories?
How to what?
Add like those moving people and graphics to the Instagram story.
I see that.
Have you ever done that in Instagram story at all? Like even like outside of the ads? Because this is a little trick that I do is I actually shoot my Instagram story, but before you post it, it'll let you download and save it. So a lot of times I'll do the story, save it, and I won't even post it on my story. I'll just download it so that I could use it for an ad.
Okay. All right. Cool.
But yeah, I could show you how to do that, like add the little people and stuff. It's just like a little, it's like when you do your Instagram story, you're going to see like a little symbol at the top. It's like a little sticker, like little icon.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yep. I like the one of Gary Vee. That's like the swipe up one. It's just like a little Gary Vee and he's doing this.
Okay.
So funny.
Yeah. No worries. No worries. All right. That should be about it, I think.
How's the coloring book ads coming?
It's coming along. It's coming along. It hit a little snag because the reach campaign wasn't delivering. So I kind of put it on the side burner for a minute and shifting gears to doing a challenge. I'm gonna do a 5-day build my first Instagram ad challenge, you know, $21 and try to build a community from there, you know, targeting faith-based community. So
yep, I think some of your drawings from your coloring book would make really good Instagram ads.
okay. I'll circle back around. I appreciate it. Kaya, nice virtually meeting you, I think.
Nice. Thank you.
Let's see.
You were going to go back to.
Let's see. Des, I think I didn't see her come in. Neha, let's see how you are. I
she knows
think
she's
you're
muted.
on
There she
mute.
goes.
Can you hear me now?
I can. How are you?
Good job.
Oh my God, you've never seen a mother distressed enough to be running up and down a house.
Ah.
on the internet. I'm like, get out my way, kids are gonna kill me. I may have killed a few, but it's okay. I have more than one. It'll be fine.
It's
Sorry
all
about
good.
that. I'm sorry about that. Oh God.
It happens. We literally had to rush here because it was pouring down rain in my office. It was just like pounding on the roof, and we're like running to the house.
Yeah, I just had this crazy ass day. I literally finished work like half an hour before I'm in London. It's like 11:30 at night now, so forgive me. But I wrote down my questions. I've been trying to go through the homework step by step. I cannot tell you though. I've got to tell you a few things, and I'll post it up. But just, you know, what I love about what you do is that there's no frills and big like, I'm going to make thousands of pounds in 20 minutes. You know, you're going to work hard to systematically, methodically follow this process and organically increase. So I must be doing something right because I've gone from 700 people to like over 2,000, nearly 3,000 friends.
That is awesome.
I posted something on my story. Admittedly, they thought it was my legs. They weren't. They were much better. But it had like 500 likes. And I just had the tail end of the story bit. This will tie into a question, but what I did, anybody who did a reaction to the story, I then went in the private message and just said thank you, and just a little sparkly symbol or what, happy face, appreciate, so that I now have a dialogue with a whole new group of people through the messenger bit. Yeah, sorry, my brain is not digitally minded. And I've been getting amazing you'll be so proud of me, Laurel. I have done 3 lives on my personal page.
That's great.
Good job.
Good job.
Yes.
And they've got shared, and I've got loads
See,
of...
that's awesome. That is amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you, babe. It was such a big deal for me because basically what I do, sorry, Chai, to ignore you. I missed the beginning bit, but what I do is it's like a live healing. I just basically do a live healing. So I'm incredibly vulnerable when I'm doing this. I have a very toxic, judgmental family, and I sort of went and to them. And then,
So what do you do, Niham?
I'm a trauma healer and a bliss alignment coach.
Love it. I'm a holistic health practitioner with a tech background.
Oh,
Turn coach. I have to tell you, that journey of having family that isn't embracive of you transitioning, been there. Now it's gotten definitely 100% better, but I had to let go of giving a shit.
Yes, girl. Yes, I'm making t-shirts.
One of the other things, and I don't know if Laura, if you ever talk about this, but as I started to do research where my people hang out, I ended up in a lot of energy groups, light worker healers, that type of stuff. And because I had gotten comfortable with video, I started going live and bringing people live on with me, which there's nothing more powerful than people seeing you in the mix of what you do, and then being courageous, right? Being courageous enough to go, by the way, if you got anything out of that, if you know someone that may be going through something like that, share this, right? Yeah. Like my call to action in the beginning was literally go like my page. I'm not charging for readings. I'm not charging for healings. I'm not doing this. Go like my page. Share the video. That's your pay it forward for me, because that's the type of community that our people hang out in, right?
Exactly. That was it, actually, because that's the only thing I haven't quite consolidated was the call to action. And because I'm been very blessed. I've only had clients from word of mouth when I work. Even today I did a double session and I got such amazing feedback. I just had to have a little cry because I was like, wow, I've changed your life forever. I've healed 7 generations behind the 7 generations before. And actually I managed to connect with someone else. I'm now calling my healer husband because we have a deep soul connection and we bicker about bullshit and we don't have sex. So it's a very traditional marriage. And he and I are now kind of like bookending our work. So we're like 2 kind of yin yang, where he tapers off, I have strengths, where I taper off, he has strengths. And now we're able to kind of cushion our clients within that really holistic kind of angelic. And then it's the power of 3, because it has to be the 3 of us.
So where are you headed? What is it that you need in terms of ad help?
Well, in terms of that, I have little questions. I did my homework like a good Asian girl does.
We love it, love it.
I have to be top of the class, you see. Vega's like, yes, get me there.
I don't know. You might have you're going to compete with Monet and Fitz for that one.
Oh God, don't tell me that. I'm winning. Competition.
Got a lot of rock. We have a lot of rock stars here.
Good. Sorry. Look, here's my phone going off. Sorry. Apologies. So the first one was really trying to get the right URL for the vanity URL, and then consequently what I want to do is create a Facebook subscription group Not high end. I was just going to charge $60. It's £2 a day. With then I would do more because I work a lot with sexual survivors, and I need to have
Yep.
a private, confidential space. And what I'm doing is general healings, but in the group, I will go in basically with all my clients from high end to the group thing. Sorry for my armography, but to high end to group, the result is the same. It's just the speed at which you get there. If you go a VIP bespoke group, you know, individually, or you go in a group collective. But I really feel passionate that the healing needs to be done now. Now is the moment. The portal is open. The ascension is happening. The collective is gathering. As you say, all right, we're building our tribes, our community. We're recreating this new world. And I've suddenly got to grips with other people who've told me that, you know, what I do, or the gift I have, or ability, is a powerful thing. So keeping it to myself and my community is almost like a disservice to the gift. So I want to build it, but make it accessible for everybody. So the Facebook group is I think it's number 2 on your, I'm getting all the lingo, you see, check me. I never knew any of this bullshit before. What's it, your vanity ladder? Oh, no, not vanity ladder, value ladder, I knew it was a V. So they come to my personal pages. I've now do the lives on the personal, record it on the HD, transfer it to my business page, and I comment on it the day after and things like that, and do everything the day after, which you told me to. And then after the business page, hopefully that's the bit I need to recruit to the Facebook group. I haven't done an ad. I'm incredibly nervous about an ad, but the URL I've gone for is toyourbliss.com because it was the only one available. Number 2, toyourbliss.
Okay.
The best I could get out of all of them. The course was called Journey to Joy. None of that was available. We tried alignment with joy. What do you think about that? I haven't bought it yet.
To Your Bliss can be, so the reason that we do vanity URLs is so that, let's say you're doing a live video on someone else's page, or let's say you're speaking from the stage, let's say you're doing an in-person networking event with some of your survivors, right?
Yeah.
And you say toyourbliss.com, how many of them will actually end up at the right URL? I would probably, if you told me to go to Your Bliss, I would probably go TO Your Bliss.
Oh, so it's better to put the TO instead of
in a vanity URL setting. Like, you have to, like, the whole point of a vanity URL is so that there could be zero confusion over where people will end up.
So that would be definitely a better one to go. It's a starting point, because otherwise I feel I'm not getting off. 3 weeks I've been trying to look for this vanity URL, and
Tom says he got To Your Bliss. I guess I just don't.
I thought 2, number 2.
I I wouldn't have gotten it. I would have put To Your Bliss.
Okay, do I have to buy?
I thought it was 2 year as in YEA.
Oh, see, he thought you said 2 year bliss.
Oh. No, it's forever and generations to come, Tom.
we should have one of those like shotgun sessions, like in the $7 group, where everyone reads out their vanity URL and people have to like literally type what they think the URL is.
That's not a bad.
That would be like a good test.
Yeah,
like,
really good test. I mean, but I've realized how important it is, because I remember you said that, you know, your best students were ones that did it methodically. I've done lots of other bits. I've done all my, you know, my me strategy, and I see how it works. I'm a little cheeky, I know, as well. Tell me about okay, so let me finish one thing. Sorry, because of running up and down, I got all nervous and flustered. So do you think, so in your opinion, you think it's better to go toyourbliss.com?
I think it's just, I think that I'm one of those people that it's like, you want to avoid any confusion that people might have with a vanity URL.
Okay. Well, I can look that up. It should be available. Hopefully it will be. But something like the rest of it, Your Bliss, it's small and sweet. Is that okay?
Say what?
The rest of it, just the whole phrase, To Your Bliss, it's okay.
I like it. I mean, if, like I said, whenever I first heard you say it, I thought it was like TO Your Bliss.
Okay. And then that would be the name of the Facebook group, and that would be a paid subscription for $60 a month. And then, this is actually my real question. I want to check, and I don't know if you can do this now or some other point, about the pixels. because I've tried and I've listened so many times, and I don't know, my brain has some kind of like, oh.
You want me to just check? You want me to check if your pixel's installed, or?
Yes, can you do that?
Yeah, drop it in the chat. I've got ways to do that, like right now.
Wait, when you say drop it in the chat, what?
Just your URL.
My website URL?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Sorry. See,
Yeah, no worries at all.
This is where you have to talk to me like I'm in kindergarten.
Nah, you're fine. Yeah, if you drop your link, I can check to see, like, and if anyone else right now at this point wants me to check to see if their pixel's installed correctly, go ahead and drop it in the chat. I'll be more than happy to take a look at those things for you guys.
Oh, great. So am I doing the right thing with connecting with people who like the story? Is that the correct thing to do?
Sorry, I was looking at your URL.
Connecting with people that liked her story.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, are you talking about on Instagram?
No, Facebook.
I would send them a video message back.
Oh, I do some. Oh, I don't do video message. Have you seen these gray roots? I do voice messages because
that's cool. Voice. I love utilizing voice messages and video when it comes to like both Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, and also because of the times, it's a legitimate question to say, "How are you doing? You know, where are you at in the world craziness? What are you doing?" And then they say, "What are you doing?" I'm going, "Very busy. I'm with work. This is me." Drop in my. But even if I know they're just trying to a dirty pervert, I still send them a link to my business page because I'm like, I'm gonna use you back to just bump up the algorithms. You know, this is how I started to do it. So I've dropped you my thing. So the pixel thing was a big thing.
It's on. I just checked it. It's good to go on your website.
Oh, it is. I did it.
Mm-hmm. So I'll actually show you guys something that will come in handy for. So there's this thing right here. It's called Facebook Pixel Helper.
Yeah.
It's a Google Chrome extension. Everyone here needs to get this installed if you're going to run ads, just so that you can check to make sure that all of your pixels are installed correctly. You see how when I loaded this, it loaded here and it said 1 pixel found. And so I can see your pixel ID and I could see that you have the page view on this page.
Okay. I'm so glad. It still doesn't make any sense in English to me, but I'm so glad I've done it. So I can tick something else off on my side. Now, could you check with me? I'm not mad about that website and it needs to be fixed. Can you check if I've optimized my personal page and business page and things like that? Is that possible to do that today or not?
Yeah, I can check that. Send me a note outside of the call and I'll do that just so that I can get through everyone on the call.
Sure.
But yeah, I could definitely do that.
So my final, but Chai, I really thank you for that call to action, because I was a bit I do this call to action where it starts really enthusiastic and then halfway through I'm like, I really don't know what I'm asking for here, and then you can just feel my body just taper away into silence. So the best thing is to say, like my page. That's a good one for me because I hate the selling thing. And
so
then,
what are you ultimately trying to do? Because one of the things that I do, and this is one of the things that I break down in my new 90-day program. By the way, if you guys haven't bought my 90-day program, it's really freaking cool because I put it together for you guys because based on all the questions and me building up my brand over the last 90 days, one of the things that I teach you guys is that there's 3 different phases that we have to take our audience through. And one of the things that we have to understand is that if we do content for a week, we're still not in a phase where we can convert people. Like, I actually tell people, and it's funny, one of my students actually, because I had my premium students kind of like go test it before like I actually released it. Mm-hmm. And one of my students like messaged me on Instagram and she's like, Laurel, she's like, I am cracking up right now because like in one of the first videos, I tell you guys, if you're gonna go live for 7 days straight, expect no one to watch, expect no one to engage. And I was just being real. And that's typically how it is. So there's 3 different types of phases that we want to take our people through. And this is how it happens, is we have the awareness phase. No one knows who you are. They don't know who your product, they don't know nothing, right? In the awareness phase, expect no one to engage, hardly anyone to watch your videos. But you know what? The next phase is where you're going to start to really see things come to life in the engagement phase. That's where we're going to start asking people to, comment below for our cheat sheets. This is when we're going to start having conversations in Messenger. Too many people who are going live on Facebook because they're told, oh, Facebook Live is going to sell this, this, and this, you still have to take people through that phase, right? And so the biggest gap that we have to bridge happens between the awareness and the conversion phase. And that's the engagement phase. People forget that, hey, before someone can go from not knowing me, we have to have conversations with them. And so a lot of people will go live. Like I went live for like, oh my God, 100 days straight. And it wasn't until like the 3 to 4 week mark is whenever I really started to see like a really huge difference in the way that people were watching my video. And then that's whenever I was like, okay, I've got all these viewers. Now what do I do to get them to have a conversation with me? So you see how I'm taking people through that phase. And, you know, I just came from like one of my masterminds. Well, it was virtual. And one of my colleagues put it in the most like perfect way. How many of you guys play golf? I love to play golf. And he put it in this analogy. He said, you know what most marketers are trying to do? He's like, they have this amazing video. And so he's like, they take their largest club and they do a really powerful swing and the ball flies and lands in the middle of the fairway, but it's still hundreds of yards from the hole, right? And what most people are trying to do, use their putter in the middle of the fairway to try to make it into the hole. And it makes the sales process much longer, right? Because if you guys have ever played golf, a putter is just meant to put the ball in the hole.
Oh, I got it.
We're not using our big clubs to get the ball closer to the hole so that we could just gently put it in, right? So what we're doing with content, we're lengthening the marketing cycle, but we're shortening the sales cycle. We want to lengthen the marketing cycle so long that by the time we get to the conversion, they're already ready to buy. They're wanting to get on the phone with us to buy.
Right.
That's the whole point. Too many people are trying to market short, right? Like the webinars, and then they're putting the pressure on the salespeople to make the sales. But what if, remember, I like to invert and do opposite of what everyone else does. What if we lengthen the marketing process to where by the time people get to the sales, we don't even have to sell them. They're ready because we've been giving them value. We've been giving them lots of swings of value.
Yeah.
So by the time we get on the call, we can just put it right into the hole. No effort whatsoever.
Yeah, I sort of have that because my assessment tool guidance of how to connect your inner soul is something called muscle testing, which is a guidance which I love.
You just experienced that for the first time yesterday.
Oh, wow. It's magical, right?
Yeah.
So I just simply say, there is no need for me to sell to you, and there's no need for you to feel sold to. What you need to do is make this statement and say, it is for my highest and best good to work with Neha. And it will tell you yes or no. And then we go from there. So it's as simple as, because then the pressure's taken off both them. They don't realize it's their higher self that's actually communicating with me. I know the answers from the beginning, but it puts it back to them where they feel that this is a whole decision they've made wholly by themselves and can come to freely. So that's what's really quite joyous. So to get it right, I'm currently in the engagement phase, right?
Yeah, you need to come up with some content that's going to bridge the gap in between them having a conversation with you and them actually making the sale.
Right. What I was thinking of doing was this was a call. I don't know if this is the call. I don't know what the word is, call to action or an advert or whatever. What I was thinking of doing is putting a question out saying, do you want to find out where your soul hurts, where you're blocked? And then send me your question and then replying with them with what I have intuitively picked up from their energy in a little voice message in the Facebook message along with saying, now muscle test if this is accurate.
Oh, 100%. The more that you can give them, and this is the thing, is a lot of you guys get my email sometimes. I'm basically like giving you guys calls for my premium program, right? I'm giving you, I'm being helpful. I'm like, you know what? Even though you're not a part of my premium program, this is going to be helpful information so that it can get you one step closer to your goal. And so you need to figure out what that content is. How could I get more people to experience what I do? Yeah. Even before they pay me all of this money.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Identify the one singular self-sabotaging block in their unconscious, but I have my instinct has the ability to get to the root cause of that, like really cut through the bullshit to get you to the happy really quickly. So I have the ability to say, listen, this is, you know, even in my session earlier today, I don't know how, but from doing more work in my life, my healing abilities have increased. I picked up that this woman was kicked as a baby in the womb. And even I was like, where the hell did that come from? There was no way I knew this. But, you know, that's the beauty of it. It's like a muscle, you know, anything. You develop it, it builds momentum, just like this. So I feel it. I love that feeling of excitement. Like, hey, I think people are getting it. So I said, you interact with your community. They understand the words you use. They understand the dialogue, what you hope to achieve, the bigger intention. And that has been really quite magical. So I really want to thank you for that as well. You know, not that you didn't know that your stuff works, but I just thought I'd tell you personally for me, because it's always good to get an
I never, ever get tired of hearing people saying that they've used something that I've given them and it works. Like,
yeah.
I will never get tired of hearing
it's so simple. And I've actually told a load of people to join you, because anytime in all the entrepreneur things and they come up with this, I'm like, girl, stop wasting your time. You got $7 a month. Go do this. Do it for 2 months. And even if you're $14, so you don't even get that much. You don't get pizza and coffee for $14. Tell me after 2 months it's not made any difference to you. And, you know, I'll give you the $14. I don't care. It's not even my goddamn program. But, you know, this is going to get you move faster than anything else. Because that's all I want to do is I want, you know, in every aspect. So that's the thing. So do you think that would work if I said, so now here's the question, because this is where
So not to cut you off, but like I'm trying to get through everyone. So but yeah, let's I'll answer one more. I hate to cut you off, but like
is now the time to have a one-off thing with you, or should
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Buy the dollar the 90 thingy campaigny thing? Sorry. Because the next thing I need to do is write an ad, right? And that's the bit I'm nervous. So I don't know whether I
I would start with phase 4 inside the audience building. I would start using some of that content that's getting people's attention and just practice putting $1 to $2 on that content, building up those audiences. I think that's the phase that you're in right now.
Say that again, because I didn't quite fully understand what you meant, put the money.
So basically I would invest right now in video ads, which is phase 4. It's power content that I teach you guys. Like, look at the videos that are doing well for you organically and just put $1, put $2 on them to see how they're going to work with cold art audiences. Because then by the time you want to start promoting your membership to them, they're already going to know, like, and trust you because they've been seeing your content.
Me do an ad, like a video ad? Me film the video?
Well, you're just taking your content that you're already doing and just throwing money on it. That's it. That's all an ad is taking content and putting money on it.
Okay, got it. And to put the money on, sorry, very last question, to put the money on the ad, it's all there. It's
all in phase 4.
So, and what about this new thing you said, that the ad campaign $90 thing? Should I do that as well?
Oh, my 90-day?
Or not?
I will say this. I love my 90-day program. Like, I am super in love with it. And I guess I'll just plug it for just 1 minute. I literally, so you guys know that I was making like kind of that transition from being a Facebook ads expert into being a video marketing expert, because my mentor was like, Laurel, you're not a Facebook ads expert. I'm like, what? I've been doing it for 9 years. He's like, yes. He's like, but you're good at pushing the buttons with Facebook advertising. He's like, but the reason that your ads work is because you know how to create content to make them work. That's your expertise. He's like, you're just using Facebook ads as a vehicle to deliver the content. And I was like, okay, I'll take that or whatever. And so whenever I was like, okay, well, I've got to start with my whole value proposition again. I've got to almost go back to the basics, right? And so whenever I went back to the basics, I recreated a 90-day plan for myself. And while I was going through this 90-day plan, I took 10 minutes to shoot you guys a video of my entire, like, day by day. This is what I'm doing today. This is how I'm going to get to the next level. And so by the time you're done with this 90-day, day-by-day plan, you don't have to guess. When do I do my first Facebook ad? When do I do my first YouTube ad? When do I do my first, Instagram ad? It's all plotted out in a day-to-day executable action every single day so that there's no more confusion. So you're going to know when to launch your YouTube ad, when to launch your Facebook ad. I just did it for myself, and my mentor was like, turn on a camera and teach your students what you're doing every day and then sell it to them. He's like, you could sell it to them for like $2,000. He's like, I was like, no, I'm going to do it in true Laurel style. So $90 gets you all 90 days. So it's $1 a day. And so I just launched that. Like, I haven't even really officially launched it, but people are buying it. But yeah, so if any of you guys want it, just reach out to me. I'll send you guys the link. I love it. I'm in love with it. It's my first program that like is like, woo. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just super proud.
But then hold back on booking because I want to maximize the appointment with you. Hold back till I've done all this and then do it. And can I sneak in one last question, because I saw it in the chat about the boost? I had a question about the boost. Someone wrote, is this like a boost? I'm confused about this goddamn boost thing. I'm now what is this? Should I do the boost or not? Is it?
It depends. It's a whole other strategy. I have a video actually in the group that's called when should I boost and when should I not boost. So if you go through all the videos, it's there, and I go through my entire boost strategy.
Bless you, bless you, bless you.
Yeah.
You're the only woman I'll stay up this late for.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Neha, so while you were talking, I was looking at different possible vanity URLs. I have a client who loves the word bliss. And so we ended up going with Blissful Latina, because she works just with Latina women, and she does female healing work, okay? So a couple of things that you said that I loved was you used the word unlock. So I would look up unlock blissfulness or unlock joyfulness, and both of them are available across the board for group, for domain. So there's a cool little app that I use called Name Checker, and I plug the possible vanity URLs my clients want to use in there first. And then I can see across the board if once I'm helping them set up their social media stuff, and I don't do it, my team does. I love to coach. This right here, this is my jam. My team does the other stuff. We just talk. So Name Checker is what it's called. But those two were available. Unlock blissfulness and unlock joyfulness. And I want to add this, even though you didn't hear me talk in the beginning, I had major deja vu intuitive hits right now of having had this conversation before. So lots of love. Good work, by the way.
And by the way, shout out to Pam. Pam posted this. Your pixel's fine, Pam. It looks good on my end.
Oh my God, it is?
Look at it. I feel like you have a bottle of champagne. Wait until like.
I think I have whiskey waiting. Champagne is not going to be enough. I'm doing some whiskey.
Where's your drink, Pam?
Shoot. Thank you. I think, yeah, I just need to be jumping in on your premium. I need more skin in there.
There you go. Nah.
So for you, it comes up green.
For me, it comes out green. You know what? I'm gonna double check.
Okay, so is there a reason why for me it wouldn't? Just because it wants me to drink, right? I'm supposed to be drinking.
Probably, I mean, that's what Facebook does. But look, I'll put it up here for all of us to see your beautiful green. Let's see.
Okay, you don't have to do that.
So, okay, but one of the things I am seeing.
Okay.
Let's see. So your pixel is installed. But,
yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I'm glad I caught this for you. So this complete registration goes on the next page.
Well, no,
right?
This is my complete registration page. There is a page before it.
Oh, okay. Okay. So this is not your landing page. This is the like the thank you page confirmation page.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Woo. Okay. Now we can pop the champagne. We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for taking that time to, because as you see, my boot camp is 3 days away and I'm running some ads and it's like, oh, I don't know if I should have, I don't know how to read this stuff and I probably just need to jump in so you can help me look at it, right? Is that what you do in your premium program?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jake will tell you. Jake and Ashley, the husband-wife rock star team over there. That's what I do. I look at their ads and I look at their ads every call, and in between. But you know what? One thing I tell my agent, my premium students is that's the fun part for me is like helping people optimize and scale their ads. Like that is my jam. I'm like, woo. So Tom says that he sees yellow triangles. I'm wondering why I am not seeing yellow triangles on our end.
Yeah, I mean, when you shared your screen, yours aren't green, but mine are yellow. It's page view, warning, advanced matching, value, or, and then it goes into a lot of stuff.
Can you refresh it, Tom, just to make sure?
Yeah,
Tom, are you bursting my bubble?
I don't know.
Everyone put the champagne away.
Dang.
I was actually I wasn't paying very close attention until I noticed that Laurel's was showing something different from mine. I thought that's really weird.
Oh, Monet's got you, girl. She says yours are green. Everyone, see, that's what I love about these calls. Everyone's like checking now.
Okay.
I think you're good. It's probably just.
I'm just gonna quit sweating it. It's in 3 days. What is what it is. I'm gonna
You're getting
deliver
it.
my content, and then I'm jumping in with you if you have room.
Is Facebook showing that you have conversions, Pam?
Yes,
Okay,
and
good.
you know, and people are signing up. You know, I was hoping for more, but you know, I have some conversions. Some people aren't. They're signing up, but they're not going to the group. But I have emails going out, so maybe that's.
So they're signing. That's okay. I've got about 80 people that have joined this program that haven't made it to the Facebook group yet. I have people that have been in this program for months and they still haven't made it to the Facebook group. It's good. Nicole says it's good on her screen too. So I think.
All right, thank you. Thanks for checking, everyone.
Yeah, you're
And
very.
Tom, I don't know. Let's just have a drink anyway.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Nate. I know Nate's got some local ads for me to look at. This will be good. It's a like campaign. I don't get many like campaigns.
Hey, Laurel, what's going on? You hear me okay?
I can. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's good to meet you. This is my first call.
Well, welcome. I saw you. So Carlsbad, is that Carlsbad, New Mexico, or is that Carlsbad,
California.
else? Carlsbad,
A little closer to the beach.
Oh, yes. Legoland, right?
Exactly. That's right.
Awesome. Yeah. So I have a couple of thoughts, but do you want to pop them up so that people can take a look at what we're talking about?
You know, I don't know that I have them handy. I'm driving in the car right now, and so unfortunately, I'm sorry, I don't know. Other than that link that goes back to where I posted them on that thread, I don't have it.
Okay, so cool. I'll just make you a Loom video then.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, because it would be hard for me to like to well, I guess I could pull them up. Let me go find them. Let's see. Because the thing is with the photos, I can't see the whole ad, you know?
Yeah, I know. I think, and I was trying to get that back to the what all the copy was. There wasn't much after when you tap more and it opens up to the rest.
Okay, let me see. So I'm gonna go. Let me pull up who's next so that make sure that everyone. So Martin, I'm saving you for last. Let's see.
How long do you normally do this? We just go through all of them. And
Yeah.
submit it sheets.
Yep. Let's see. Where's this post?
So where are you driving to?
Actually, nowhere exciting, just errands. I'm pulling into Marshall's at the moment so my wife can return something that she needs. So
Hey, these
other than
days,
that, we might have
too.
sushi on the schedule for later, but that's about it.
These days, being able to run out for errands is like a joy.
Oh, I know, right? So yeah, so fortunately here everything is fairly sane, which is fantastic, but it is still some inconveniences.
Okay, let's see. Okay.
I'm trying to look too so I can post it.
Yeah, no worries. I got it. It's just
Okay,
helpful
cool.
because it's kind of hard to just kind of like audit ads without being able to see the back end.
Sure.
You said they were working and then they weren't working. So here's
Yeah.
here are my thoughts. I've ran many of ads. I still run many like ads like this. So your page is for Carlsbad locals, but then you say, hey, Carlsbad, like and follow our page. That does not make me want to follow your page.
Okay.
Like I'm willing to bet, and this is why I wanted to like kind of look at your full ad. I'm willing to bet that this see more button has what the hook that needs to be in that first sentence. Because you see how it shows up like I don't get any value. If this like pops up in my thing, it doesn't get my attention.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like if you want like what does it say after see more right here? Also, I would want to see like what your click-through rate on this is and all of those other numbers too.
Okay, yeah, I can pull all that up and send it to you. Let me see if I can jump in the Facebook Ads Manager real quick. So the 29, 26. So this one was 18 cents. It had the best. And in the mobile app, is there a way to pull up all of the text of, I guess I could duplicate it real quick and look at it that way, but because even in the preview, it doesn't let me expand it.
Yeah. So next time, like whenever, like I know you're new here, it's just so much easier to do these ad audits with like all of the information. Like a lot of people will try to like just send me screenshots, and I need to see everything. Like I need to see all of the data because I don't know what your click-through rate is. I don't know like what the rest of that ad says. I don't know like what your metrics are. And so we want to make sure that we see like everything.
Okay, yeah, I'll get all that together and I can send it to you.
Awesome.
Or I have it ready next week.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're very welcome, Nate. Welcome to the party.
Yeah, thanks. Happy to be here.
Yeah, one thing that you're gonna learn about me, and my other members will tell you, like I am a freaking data Nazi. Like I do not like a lot of people will try to like make decisions based on like what they see, and I like to go and look at what the data says and then help you guys correct stuff, because sometimes things are not what they appear to be. Like a lot of, like for instance today, someone brought me an ad to audit early this morning, and they were like they kept saying, you know, it's my client's landing page, it's my client's landing page. It wasn't the client's landing page. So it's all of those things that we need to like look at the data to see, no, it's not the client's landing page, it's your click-through rate on the ad, on the top of ad.
Yep.
So those are just kind of some numbers that I like to take a look at.
No, it's awesome. Marketing is all about emotions and math, and you need both. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And Andy, welcome Andy. I know you're new too, because you're a new face in town. She says, so for you to review an ad, what should we come prepared with? So if you want me to review an ad, come prepared just with your back office ready for me to just look at everything. Yep. And that's my jam too. That's my favorite thing to do is look at ads. Martin, Mr. Martin, what you got for me? Uh-oh, Martin's like muted. What's up, April? I see you. April's sending me all the people today. Okay, Martin is not available apparently. Neha says, I think he went to get a drink. He got nervous about being next. Possibly. Let's see. I know there was a Vanessa. I don't see a Vanessa. Let's see. Jeremy Jones. Did Jeremy Jones show up? Or did Maria show up?
Hey, I'm here.
Oh, there's Jeremy Jones.
Hello, this is my first call as well, so.
Hey, well, welcome.
Nice to meet you. You have a cool group, and I'm really enjoying your content. It's nice and clear and simple. It's awesome.
Thank you. That is my goal. Thank you very much for the compliment.
You're welcome. So I've been running some ads for a while and decided to change my campaign from a webinar to more of selling an ebook. So I put together an ebook. I put together the sales page. I started running ads, and then it wasn't converting. And then that's when I saw your offer. It was about a week ago. I think I've only been in for about a week. So I have the permalink to my ad plus my sales page. Would you be able to look at it?
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Yay!
All right. So I outlined everything for you. So I'm going to send you a quick link, and you'll have everything in the chat.
Let's see.
Basically, what I'd like to do is run ads to sell the ebook that has some upsells, and then basically I'd like to break even or create a profit to generate customers and then upgrade those customers.
Okay. Okay, so is there a way that we can look at these metrics? Can you open up your ads manager?
Yeah.
Because again, I don't want to just look at the ad. I want to like look at the metrics to see like what's going on.
Yeah, sure. So how do I do that?
Let's see. I just gave you
You want
permission
me to
to share your screen.
Oh, okay. It's easy enough.
Yep.
Okay. Let me bring up. I'm loading up the ads manager real quick here, and we'll be ready to go.
Ever since Pam mentioned whiskey, I'm like longingly looking at my decanter over there. I'm like,
I have some salted caramel whiskey from Tennessee. It's like, oh, way over there.
oh, I know Fitz had peach earlier. I was like,
All right. So here's the campaign. It's a conversion campaign.
sweet. Okay, so
And
you've had
then-
one.
Yeah,
One
one campaign.
Cart.
And then I have only one add to cart. I basically was split testing, I guess, 5 different audiences at $3 a day just to test the audiences. That's the way I understand to set it up. I'm very new to Facebook. I understand all the pieces of it. I just haven't got it to actually work yet.
And this is just me being curious. Why only $3 a day for a conversion campaign? Because conversion campaigns are like usually the most expensive. So I usually don't recommend starting them less than, $5. And now, like with everything going on, like as far like I usually recommend people go more like 10 per ad set.
Oh, okay.
Just for conversion campaigns because they cost so much, and I want to get that data as fast as possible.
I ran these for like 5 days. I've heard so many different things, different ways to do it. So that's what I'm here for, is your advice.
No worries at all. Like, so can you do me a favor? Can you switch where it says column to performance? Can you switch that to performance and clicks for me?
And then do you want me to do lifetime or?
Let's start with the last 30 days.
Okay, they haven't been running that long. I think only 7.
Okay,
days.
yeah. Then put it
I'll
on.
do-
Put it on lifetime. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Cool. And can you scroll to the right so that I can see the data on the right hand side? Okay. I should let Jake troubleshoot this. Jake and Ashley, they've been through this with me the last couple of weeks. So right off the bat, it's your creative.
Oh, okay. Is that click-through rate? Is that what tells you that, or?
Yeah. So this will be a good lesson for everyone. So what we want to look at when we're troubleshooting, whether it's a Facebook ad or whether it is our landing page or our offer, the very first metric that I'm ever looking at with any client, if something's not working, is the CTR all. Okay. So the CTR all means how many people, the rate at which people are stopping their scroll. If that is less than 3%, that's the benchmark that we want to look at, 3% or more. So if it's less than 3%, it's the creative that's not getting enough attention.
Okay.
That's the first thing that I'm going to tell you before I tell you to change anything else. Like that's the very first metric benchmark that I'm looking for, is that CTR all. We want it to be 3% or more.
Yeah. So the thing I get stuck on is I've gone through Facebook training where they say split test all the creative to one audience, and then another one says use the same creative and split test all these different audiences. So what do you recommend for as far as?
Okay, so if you would have asked me this question about a year ago, I would have told you to test one creative under each ad set. But as Facebook's algorithm keeps getting better and better, I've started putting 3 ads, and I do a long form ad with an organic image. I do a short form ad with a graphical image, and then I do a video ad. So those are the 3 ads I put underneath each individual ad set. And then I do 5 ad sets per campaign.
All right, so three ad splits and 5 different ad sets.
It's like, it's they call it like the 5x3.
I see. Okay.
And then you can do, usually I'll do $5 to $10. Most of the time it's $10 a day because I want the data faster. And then what I'm doing is I'm cutting the losers automatically. So once I get 2,000 impressions, I am like literally just like turning ads off that are not working. And then I'm scaling, and Jake and Ashley and we went over this earlier today, is that I literally throw all of the winners who are getting a return on ad spend by 3 to 4% into one campaign that's like at $100 a day at $100 a day budget.
Okay. Can you say those 3 different types of ad? You said a long form ad with a what kind of image?
So I do a long form ad, which is more kind of like a VSL style, like really long form ad that's going to like really, have a lot of freaking words.
Yeah.
With an organic photo.
So it looks more native, like a.
Yep, looks more native, and it's more storytelling, more,
Got it.
Then I do a short form ad, which is just, like following like a PSO type formula, problem, solution, offer kind of formula, very short and sweet with a graphical image that'll either have like the title of what they're going to get or something that's going to get their attention. And then I do a video ad that literally has the same script as the short form ad, but it's done with video.
Okay, cool.
And Laura, you said the CTR all should be less than 3%?
So the CTR all should be more than 3%. You see you see how his click-through rate all is like 0.65, 1.
Yeah, they're all under 1.
We want it, that one, the 2.22 is closer.
Okay.
Like if all of his would have been 2.22, I would have been like, let's give it some more time. But that's what, because your impressions are still pretty low. Because I try not to make any decisions until like I have 2,000 impressions, but I can quickly see that the 0.65, the 0.99 is probably.
They're just so low, yeah.
But the 2.22, I might stick around to see if that one does get better. But at the end of the day, I would be looking at the creative. What do you have as for your creative?
I have the link there in that Evernote if you want to check it out.
Let's see.
And I can even bring it up since I have the screen showing.
Yeah, why don't you bring it up since you have the screen? Just do a preview.
Yeah, there it is right there. It's a long form one. It's really long. And then I have an image of my face. So there's the top of it, which I know is really important.
So the problem right now is like I wouldn't even like make any judgments on the copy because there's not enough people to see the copy at this point.
Yeah. Okay. From a strategy perspective, do you think would it be better to do your method of like if I created those 3 power content videos, build an audience, and then run a conversion campaign? Does something like this work better?
How much is your offer?
It's $9 for the ebook, and then there's a $27 order bump, and then a $97 one-time offer.
Okay, from a strategy point, this is what I would do, and it's very similar to what I started this call off with. So for low ticket offers, I go straight for the purchase, but the people who hit the sales page but they don't purchase, I send them to 2 things. I send them to retargeting ads, but I also send them to things that I call power content.
Okay. And you use a reach campaign for those?
For power content, I use video view campaigns, and for retargeting, I use reach campaigns.
So isn't power content, isn't your audience, is it page visitors?
So my audience would be people who've hit the sales page, yeah,
Hit the sales page. Okay.
but didn't buy.
Yeah, because there's going to be when you're driving to a page to sell even a low ticket product, the conversion is even less than an opt-in, right? So there's a lot of people that see it that don't do anything.
Exactly. But here's the thing is they visited your sales page, so it piqued their interest. So you know that audience is the right one. They just don't know that you're the person that, or this product or service is the one thing that they need right now.
Yeah.
So we don't want to, a lot of marketers, they'll just like throw that audience away. Oh, they didn't buy. But what we do is we take them and we nurture them. Because then they get put into another custom audience to where it might not be the $9 offer they want. It might be something of higher ticket. Because I know that there are people, I've had plenty of people who have seen my $7 offer over and over again, but they will go straight for my agency offer if they see me do a live and I start talking about my agency, and then they'll send me a message and be like, wait, you have an agency? How could I get into that? So sometimes we just don't we get people who are interested, but they're just not interested in that specific offer. And so we want to make sure that we keep those people in our ecosystem.
Okay, cool. All right. This was very helpful. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Welcome to the group.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And to answer your question, Tom, I did have alcohol very close to me, but I drank it all. Awesome. Tonight was an amazing call. Did I get everyone who filled out a form? I think I did. Just make one more double check. Man, you guys have some really good stuff tonight. Very good stuff. But Nate, send me a Loom video of all of that stuff, and I'll be happy to take a look at it for you. Yep. Oh, and let me type in, let's see, is it Kaya.live? Awesome. For those of you guys who want to check Kaya out. Kaya, you've been with me for what, a year now?
A little over a year.
A little over a year, yeah. Kaya's been in my 45-day program. Kaya pretty much buys everything.
I buy whatever she tells me to buy. I keep buying her next program because I enjoy the smaller groups because I get to pick her brain, and I love the questions that people come with. More than anything, it's the community. I love you, girl.
Yeah, no, all of us here on this call have built a really awesome community, and I can't thank you guys enough for, everyone who comes in and answers everyone's questions, and gets to them before I do. And that's the kind of community that I really wanted to build for this, so that it's not just me answering the Facebook ads, like people are just, asking questions and getting help from the community and everything, and just harnessing the power. Because I'm not the only ad expert in this community. Kaya does ads for, Kaya does ads for clients. There's Rob that does ads for clients. There's a lot of ad experts that are in this group that can be of great help for everyone. And so I just wanted to just say thank you to everyone who participates and jumps to everyone's rescue when they need help. And there's 911 type situations. Martin, I'm gonna get to you in a little bit, and we're gonna wrap things up. But I just, like I literally said, I just wanted to thank everyone for their participation and welcome all the new members, because I do my best, and I always take suggestions. Fitz knows this. I take suggestions, I read everything, and I really take to heart, everything that's going on in this group. And I just want to make sure that I give you guys the most, like my mission is to make you guys feel like you guys paid hundreds of dollars for my marketing help. So thank you guys for being patient as we grow, and we're gonna have some growing pains, but I'm about to cap it off. I'm looking at the number here. We're almost at 1,000. And you guys know that I'm not even though I'm ignoring all the online gurus that are telling me you should scale that. That's not the mission of this group. So this group is going to stay small. It's going to stay manageable. The calls are going to stay like this, where we have a very intimate feel to it. And I like that. I like being able to look at Pam and ask her, next week, hey, is your pixel still firing? How's your challenge doing? I love being able to Jeremy, checking in with him and saying, hey, checking in with him next week and saying, hey, did changing the creative even help? And I can't do that with thousands of people in a group. So.
And I just want to say one of the things I started to share about one of the clients I've been working with, she's one of my new clients. She's only been with me 2 months. She's been in network marketing for 6 years. and hadn't been able to scale her business, and keeps saying, I want to be able to quit my job and do network marketing full time. So using Laurel's organic marketing strategies, I took this girl to figure out what her packages were going to be, figure out what her challenge was going to be. And she went from a paid challenge of $67 is what she charged for her paid challenge. And then from that, she upsold people to a 120 strategy call. And then from there ended up with her first $1,444 sale. And this is without her running any ads, implementing and structuring things like the way Laurel talks about. Like, that power content is key. Video is key. So I can't, like, I mean, my clients are benefiting from the stuff I learned from this woman last year. And I came from paying, is it okay if I mention the name?
Sure, why not?
I came from paying Billie Jean is marketing $5,000 every 6 months. And I had been in his program for about a year. I was only able to run 2 ads for my local business, and I didn't have half of the results that I'm having with my clients with the stuff that she teaches. So listen and definitely upgrade if you're not in one of her premium programs. I recommend it, highly, highly recommend it. She's the real deal.
But you don't have to. You don't have to upgrade. You get plenty of value in the $7 program. And so I'm going to go to Jake real quick because I saw that he had a question. I just saw it popped up. And then I'm going to come to you, Martin, and then we're going to wrap things up. And if anyone has, you know, any quick questions, I'll be happy to take some. So Jake says, if ad set return on ad spend is hitting metric, do we duplicate and launch new at $50 original 20? Do we turn off the original or leave them both running? So this is what I do. If I have an ad set that's hitting my return on ad spend, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 20% to that, right? The second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to test it at a much higher budget. So if you want to do $50, that's typically what I do. I do the $50 before I test it with that $100 a day budget.
Real quick though, we just noticed, because we're looking at the return on ad spend, we're like, how did we miss that? Because
I think Facebook caught up.
Facebook's starting to kind of catch up on some of the metrics, I think. But we noticed that the frequency
is at 5.
And so we're starting to get into fatigue. It's a warm audience, right? And so what should we start putting some other kind of?
Is the frequency on a 5? But what how in a 7-day period or a 30-day lifetime? What is the frequency set to? Because remember, that's going to change depending on what time frame you have it under.
So on just this month, it's at an 8.
Why? Hold on.
But if you go 7-day?
7-day,
it's at a 5.
7 days.
Okay. Yeah, that might be a little overkill.
Okay.
Just a little. I would just try refreshing some of the retargeting ads.
So putting some new creative on it.
Yeah, some new creative. If you're hitting the warm market, I would actually do some. This is me because I know what you guys are doing. I would do some lives and use it as a conversion campaign.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Because if those people haven't bought, like, you guys have an amazing product, there's no reason why someone shouldn't buy that.
Right.
Okay.
So duplicate it and then throw some new creative at it to that same audience. I mean.
Well, is the return on ad spend, is that a warm audience?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's at a 4 return on ad.
You know what, guys? If the frequency is that high on that warm audience, I wouldn't duplicate it. I would only do that if it was a cold audience that had like millions of other people that we could reach.
Okay.
Just start putting some new creative into the ad set.
Put some new creatives into the ad set and duplicate it and put some new creatives into it.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. That's helpful.
Okay.
Does that make sense? How are the cold audiences doing?
Not so great.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
did you guys see my Instagram video?
Yeah, we separated out all the stuff in the CBO, so now each ad set has one ad running to it.
Good.
I know you originally said something in one of those ad sets in that CBO, but yeah, but we don't want to have 2 of the same ad sets.
I would rather you guys just redo the CBO campaign at $100 a day with just the one ad underneath each one.
Okay, instead of us editing all that stuff, just
Yeah, only, and here's my reasoning behind that. Only because like you're using campaign budget optimization, which is already going to optimize, right, the ad sets that are doing well. When you have multiple ads in a campaign budget optimization, it's trying to optimize at the ad set level, right, to pick which ad, and then it's also trying to pick that out. So that's why whenever I'm ready to scale, I'm only going to scale the ads that are known to perform, and I'm going to give them its own ad set.
Okay, so we'll just redo the CBO, start fresh with that, and then just delete or just turn off the existing CBO.
I would just turn off that one, yeah.
Okay,
cool.
And just kind of start from scratch.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Again.
Yeah, no worries. They can't get enough of me. It's just like,
Every day, every hour.
I talk to them, but hey, that's what you get when you're in my premium program. You just like, they can.
It's worth it.
And that's
It's
what I
still
tell
worth
them.
You started out the day with Laurel, ended the day with Laurel.
There we go.
Yeah, we're sandwiched.
And I think she has a message waiting for her too.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, a message
Yeah,
waiting.
another
I
message.
think I have an Instagram message waiting for you.
You totally do.
See you guys.
That's
Thank you.
okay. That's, you guys know I love it. And by the way, guys, like their $7, actually drop your $7 offer. I bought their $7 offer. I'm not just saying this, like I literally bought their $7 offer. It is a content planner. So if you were planning a launch, whether it's a challenge, whether it's like a course, like I'm not even gonna drop I'm an affiliate, but I'm not even gonna drop my affiliate link, Jake. Go ahead and drop your $7 link. It is like literally like an awesome $7 offer. I don't understand why more people are not buying this like on your ad, because especially people who like need like a guide to do their content. Like it is the perfect guide. Like if any of you guys bought my 90-day like plan, like their thing goes so well with that. Okay, Martin, I'm coming to you. It's your turn. Martin's like, oh my God, you've been saying for 20 minutes you're gonna come to me.
Hello?
What's up, Martin? How are you? Long time no see.
Good, yeah. Doing well. I am still not firm on like a coaching offer, but I am working with a veterinarian who is going to be implementing social media. And I was curious, I mean, I didn't do my homework either. So this is like the cliff notes for me right now. So, I mean, there's a great content here about like conversion campaigns and like the money you have to put in, blah, blah, blah. Really what I wanted to get into was power content. And do you think for business to business, because this guy is wanting to target veterinarians, because we have like a lab and we do blood work for veterinarians. So I think it has to be more of like a high level thing. Second question would be, I got interested in you because you provide that value. And that initial 90 days when you were just banging out the content, was that something that you would do on like a day-to-day basis? Or because I only have limited access to these research scientists. So I was thinking of creating possibly like a long form piece of content, like a video in the lab, and then just stripping like derivative content marketing assets from that long form content.
Yeah, so what you would want to do is batch your content. If you only have like, especially like if you only have like, because that's what I do like with like brick and mortar business owners or, you know, private clients who I work with on a personal basis. I don't have access to them to help them shoot their videos. And so we batch all of their content in one day. Right, and so when you're talking about power content, think about this. Power content's only 3 pieces of video content, right? You're constantly going to be showing that to new people. So power content's going to live separately from the content that they're putting on their business page. Your power content's job is going to be to build those audiences to send people to the page content.
It's tricky because, I mean, I feel like he wants to contact just veterinarians, but we have like this girl fresh out of college, told sweetheart, I was hoping to get her on this call to actually ask some questions. And I don't want her just posting like cute pictures of animals and stuff like that, you know, because I feel like it'd be lost if we didn't go after like pet owners. So
well, you have to do both, right? Because you're a veterinarian, you have to post, like it's a given, you have to post photos of pets. But here's the thing, you have to, and what power content is built to do is we have to think about what are the 3 top objections that people are going to have, right? Everyone knows that they need a vet. If they have a pet, they know that they need a vet. I like how that rhymes. But I'll give you an example. Okay, so me and my wife, like we literally just took our little dogs to get groomed. But we didn't go to just any groomer. we went to Bark Avenue, right? And so the power content literally screams high-end pet services, right? And so one of the first objections that people have is, why should I go to this vet versus any other vet, right? And so what you really need to do is spend some time talking to this vet and figuring out what type of audience or what type of customer does she like to attract. Is she more high-end, right? Is she trying to attract people who have a higher price point, or is she the veterinarian for people at a lower price point? That makes a huge difference, because those are not going to be the same people, and you can't attract all of those people with the same type of ad campaign. The similar way, like my wife and I, we went to Bark Avenue because they put up a sign at the door that welcomes your pet. They have a pet spa there that your pet stays in these little like gates and all of that stuff. That's all power content. That's all the things that attracted us to bringing our pets here versus just, you know, podunk groomer down the road, right? And
when
so
you talk about, I know, sorry to cut you off there.
Yeah, no.
That was like a really brilliant analogy when you were talking about people using their putters on like the fairway. So I'm hoping to not have this girl be our social media person. I want her just closing like sales calls like you were talking about. Man, where I was going to go with that.
But you have to, so are you just doing or are you doing organic content too, or are you just doing
That's right. Well, he's already reached out to a bunch of different people, veterinarians, obviously, with like mailers and emails. So I was hoping to potentially nurture those people with all this content that you're giving us, and then we can potentially create power content just for the people we've already engaged with. And then we can, because I mean, I guess that would be phase 3 or phase 4, because I'm trying to put together this marketing strategy for this guy.
So with my brick and mortar clients, I do a very, very simple strategy. I do 3 pieces of power content top of funnel. It always runs. Like, it's constantly bringing new people into their ecosystem, right? Then everything that they post on their business page, I'm literally, okay, this is answering Neha's question. Any type of thing that they do on their business page, I am boosting it to that custom audience that has already been engaging with their power content. Because what that tells me is that if they watch a 3 to 5 minute video, 25% or more of the time, they're my type of audience, right? A person who cannot afford or is not interested in my product is not going to watch that length of video for that percentage of time.
You're talking about the 3% now?
Well, we're talking 25. We're talking about the 3 pieces of power content, right?
Yep.
They have to watch a certain percentage of video, right? And then we make that custom audience of people who are watching.
The CTR has the CTR 3% audience is what you're talking about?
This is video content. This is CTR is click-through rate. We're talking video view content. If you watch phase 4, I have an entire lesson on how to do this.
Maybe I'll do my homework next time.
Yeah.
Be a good Asian boy like Neha over there.
But if you go through phase 4, I promise you'll find what you're looking for.
Awesome.
I always have scripts and templates for your clients to use too. Those are the same scripts and templates that I send my personal agency clients to.
Cool. Hey. I'm loving the content. I love what you said about the shooting down the planes the other day and that the bullet holes or whatever. That's great. Yeah. Great stuff. Solid.
That was an aha moment during my mentor's mastermind this weekend. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like fucking brilliant.
Quick question, Martin. So are you trying to create the video content for your client also? So are you helping them create their power content?
This guy is it's him and his wife are both like research scientists, double doctorates in like neuroscience and neurobiology. So I have to just kind of navigate the waters. And then we have like a girl from University of Kentucky who wants to do, I guess, next door is like a crowd. It's basically to put content out for people in our local vicinity kind of thing. But he's got a list of like all these different veterinarians nationally, state by state. So we can really kind of
I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but if you send me a private message, my what do you call it, your handle? It's at Kaya Lopez Live. That's how you can find me anywhere, Instagram, Facebook, all across the board. So I come from a wellness background. I've worked with chiropractors, surgeons, high-end spas, that type of stuff. But there's a couple of people that I think if you model their not necessarily their strategy, but model some of the stuff that they're doing, because they're going after other chiropractors, after other physical therapists. Like that's their business model. So they're going B2B.
Where can we find those people?
So I have all these major swipe files. So I have swipe files. And I want to share some of those with you, but just send me a DM because I can't remember them off the top of my head.
Definitely.
So that's one thing. Second thing is this person local with you, or are they like far away?
Yeah, I'm working in their laboratory actually.
Okay, so one of the things that I just finished doing, because this is the first time I took on working with a private investigator, I thought it was like the most dry, boring thing in the world, and I had to get to know his market, right? But what we ended up doing, that total side note there, what we ended up doing is we just scheduled one day where I just wrote out the questions for him. And I would ask the question, went out with my iPhone, ring light, gave him my headset, put on the iPhone, hit record, and I said, we're just gonna talk. I said, look at me, and I set everything up already. So all he needed to do was just dialogue with me. So I was like, tell me why you got into being a private investigator. And then he told me a story, right?
Right.
Okay, tell me, who is one of your favorite clients that you ever worked with? Tell me a funny story, like what's the craziest thing that you ever got caught up with being a private investigator? And I just went down the line of things that in my mind would be like, if I was curious about this, here's some things I would ask. But before that, I surveyed my people, like in my audience, and I said, hey, and I do this frequently. I go, hey, market research, if you were ever to hire a private investigator, like, what would you ask them?
Right.
Because there's what he thinks people would ask, and then there's what random people, cold audience people are going to ask. So I do some market research when I work one-on-one with people. So once
it's funny how you said that it's like, I mean, private investigation doesn't seem very dry. So we probably had a lot of really interesting stories.
I mean, to me,
I feel like being a veterinarian is kind of dry though. So, and this guy's.
Well, it depends, right? So like, that was just my opinion because I know him and he's a very serious person and he takes his work very seriously.
Well, I was telling the girl that you talk about the 3 engagement or the 3 phases, and I want to jump right into phase 2 of engagement instead of like, providing that value, but then also asking them, is your vet like testing for allergens and how many allergens? Because essentially it's only like 22 for like $360. We test for like 100 for like half the price.
Mm-hmm.
So we can build value that way.
You can, because here's the thing, brick and mortar business owners, they have an extra edge that online business owners have to, because you don't have to talk someone into taking their dog to the vet. We already know the value of the vet. People don't understand the value of most of the people that are sitting in this room because it's not something it's not something that's well known. Like, I got to go to the doctor. I got to go to the dentist. No one hears, I gotta buy a Facebook ads expert. I gotta, and so that's the one thing I love about running ads for brick and mortar business owners, because you hardly have to mess with targeting. And 2, you don't have to meet that first objection as to why someone needs that type of service. You just have to convince them that they need your service.
So you feel as though working with like a tangible product is a lot easier than this coaching business?
Oh. Local is what she's saying.
Like
local ads, service-based businesses, restaurants, chiropractors, like even your vet. Like I would be happy to take on an ad client like that in a second. Granted, I'd be very clear, like, hey, we have a lot of pre-work to do, and I would charge them for that. Like the private investigator, we haven't even started running his ads. He's already paid $1,200 just for 2 work days with me for 4 hours that I went out to work with him. And it was all like, let's sit down, let's strategize. Where do you want to go? Blah, blah, blah. All that took 2 hours. That was the first time. Second time we went out, recorded everything. And now we're editing all his stuff, clipping everything and getting ready for his awareness ads.
I feel like we're an ancillary for vets though, because we don't see animals. We just do the blood work for veterinarians. But personally, I was just hearing all you guys because I've been racking my brain. Laurel knows this for like the last 2 years, trying to come up with something that I can do. I've been taking yoga classes, working out. So I'm thinking
You need
potentially
a clarity call with Kaya is what you need.
clerical.
Yeah.
Kyra with Kaya.
With me. If you go to kaya.live, you can schedule a free clarity call. We'll spend an hour together and like hash out, and I bring both the tech, the intuitiveness, and I'm straightforward. Like you'll walk away with a plan by the end of the call.
Can you put your KayaLopez.com or could you put all that in the chat?
Chaya.live.
Chaya, look, I'm typing it in. Chaya. Now you made me say Chaya. Oh wait.
It's funny that you say chai because I was trying to come up with a tea brand, chai, Indian. My mom has this Indian tea recipe that I think would serve all the holistical practitioners very well as like something they could drink while they meditate.
And any of you guys are like, that offer is available to everyone. If you want clarity in any area that you're stuck in your business right now, this is my jam. Like, that's what I like to do. I've been consulting for businesses since I was 15. I'll be 41. And then I have a huge holistic health background. Studied Chinese medicine, massage therapy, like you name it. Like I've done it I love to learn. I'm a lifelong learner.
Maybe we can do this on the Chaya.live call, but have you messed around with the Bach flower remedies at all?
Yes.
Cool. So maybe I can infuse the tea and get into like maybe the legal marijuana space too. Personal passion of mine. So you know how I go.
Hey, I'm into psychedelics, nootropics, all that stuff.
Awesome content as always. I don't want to keep us long. I got to go to dinner myself. Laurel, keep rocking in the free world.
Yeah, absolutely. Good call. This was really fun. Andy, yes, whenever I was talking about ad creative, I mean like ad creative is like included like your copy, your video, your photos, everything. Like that's part of the creative. It's a good question.
Okay, so I'm gonna say thank you for having me on.
You're very welcome. I don't think you had
I really
a choice.
appreciate
I don't think you
it.
had a choice.
No, she's like, you're coming on with me. And thank you guys. You've been so generous, and that's part of the reason I love this community. So I'm also part of your community.
Awesome. And yeah, Deborah, we're gonna have to have like whenever everything's over, you're gonna have to come down for an office day.
Wow, that'll be super.
Yeah, you and Tom are both in Houston.
Oh wow. Hi, Tom.
Yep.
I'm still here.
Oh, so we're good.
Yep.
We gotta make dinner.
I know we gotta make dinner. We gotta go help my
Your
wife
guest
make
is
dinner.
hungry.
I know. I will. So see if you guys come down for like a VIP weekend. I do feed you.
Okay.
Plus I need some whiskey thanks to it was Pam. It was Pam's fault. I'm like, now I need some whiskey.
Something to look forward to.
Oh, well, you guys have an amazing night. It was nice to meet you, Andy. And all of our other new members, I think. Oh wait, Anthony. Anthony was quiet. Christina was quiet. What's up, Ashley? She's solo now.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I'll go see the message that you have waiting for me.
Every day.
Night, guys.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Bye.